How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel and a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Now, dear listeners, I want to start the show with a small bit of an apology. I am a little under the weather right now. I'm a little sick, I'm a little stuffed up, and I could sing blues in a smoky bar all night long, and you think it would sound like the greatest thing, but yet you tuned into me doing a podcast. So I appreciate you, and I apologize in advance. I'm going to make it through. Because you deserve to hear us talk about today's topic, and we're going in a little bit of a different direction. And here to join me to go down that road, my lovely wife, Carrie. Carrie, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm over the worst of the cold that I have now lovingly gifted to you. You're welcome.
Married couples share everything. And I mean everything. So thank you for this lovely gift of snot, mucus, and sleepless nights. Can I re-gift it?
No exchanges, no returns. Final sale.
Should have gotten the gift receipt on the snot. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. As you know by now, because we're getting close to like 100 episodes in on Keep Watch Pass alone. So as you know, that this show is based on the whole Mary Boff Kill game. So I don't need to explain any more than that. You all know that game. And if you haven't, I'm sure there's a Lucy Hale movie on Prime that you can watch. But we're going to do something a little different. Rather than deal with movies of a certain topic, we're going to be dealing with dinner. Are you hungry yet? You might want to be, or you might not want to be. Depends on who your guest is. We're doing dinner with a movie personality, a celebrity, if you will. Now, Carrie, did you actually give yourself any criteria, any boundaries of the people you were selecting for your dinner with a real person episode?
I kept this one to people who are still with us, who are still living. Because quite often, the go-to is, oh man, I'd love to sit down with Jim Morrison or, any one of the fantastic comedic celebrities that have since left this world.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, because dinner today with them would be kind of a quiet affair.
Yeah. So everybody I selected is recent. They are with us. They are currently making movies and films.
Okay. Yeah, I stuck to films and probably one could argue television as well here. But I kept it current, I kept it recent, and I kept them alive. So that's basically all you can ask out of a dinner guest. Keep them alive. That way the dinner went well. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick 3 people each. Keep watching a pass. The keep is one where we would absolutely love to have dinner with this person, probably just to pick their brain. Great conversation, whatever the reason. The watch is one where, you know what? Even if the dinner is just okay, the conversation is going to be okay too. And the pass is one that you might just stiff them with the bill. You know, anyone who's got that cell phone, or I'm going to date you here, has a pager, has that emergency call. Like, I got a thing. I got a thing. I got to wash my hair. Get out of there as fast as you can. 911. Get that 911 page going. Right now, there are people going, what the hell is a pager? And there are other people listening going, oh, dear God, I remember those days. And they all, of course, you remember the 911. You also remember how to spell hell. And, of course, you remember how to spell boobies on the pager. I'm such a 13-year-old boy. Anyways, Carrie, who is your keep dinner guest?
I would absolutely love to break bread with Mr. Mandalorian himself, Pedro Pascal. He is on fuego right now. He is super hot in like how many different movies and films and television series? He's everywhere. You can't flip through any sort of celebrity.
He's everyone's daddy right now.
Report. I know. And you know what? I am 1000% here for it. And I also want to pick his brain and find out where he shops, because he is always dressed on point.
Oh my God. The flag suit that he wore during the Fantastic Four, like, special event at NASA, that was an insane suit. But the funny thing is, he looks and he seems like the kind of guy who takes everything in stride and just has a good laugh with everything. Like, every interview I've seen with him seems like the absolute most relatable person.
He does. He seems incredibly down to earth. And you know what? Like, just genuinely kind. A lot of the quotes that I'm reading, I don't know, right now, his co-actor in This Is Us is really, I don't know why, taking a bit of a beating in the media. Like, just a lot of...
Bella Ramsey?
Yeah, negative memes.
Because people are horrible.
Bella. They're horrible. People are horrible. But I have been reading, a lot of things where, he just kind of offers support and encouragement for her. And you know what? I think that's incredibly cool.
And it's really cool to see it go the other way as well. There have been a number of red carpet things where he actually does suffer from a little bit of like public anxiety. And there have been times when on the red carpets and whatnot or at least those kind of events like Comic-Con for Fantastic Four, Vanessa Kirby has been, holding his hand to help him through it kind of thing. So you see that he gets the support and he gives the support as well. Pedro Pascal really seems like the kind of guy that you want to work with and you would want to have dinner with as well.
Oh, absolutely. Like, incredibly down to earth. I would just be so intrigued with the conversation of like, what would we talk about? I don't know, but it would be fun.
My keep dinner guest is actually someone who has worked with Pedro Pascal. So I like the connection here.
Nick Cage.
No. No.
Grogu?
But I know... be eating little baby eggs out of a jar or something like that, and
the teal macaroons.
Yeah, we spitting up the teal macaroons. No. And I'm surprised that you haven't said my keep dinner guest, the one and only Robert Rodriguez.
Ooh, excellent choice.
Look, I don't fanboy often. I don't sit in awe and wonder and envy of someone's talents that often.
Unless you're meeting Queensryche.
It's okay. You're gonna help me like that?
There's a story behind there.
Yeah, by the way, if you haven't heard that story, go listen to our There Can Only Be One episode where we covered Queensryche's discography and I put out my total fanboy moment, meaning Michael Wilton, because phenomenal guitarist. No, Robert Rodriguez. Here's a guy who basically gets to do everything I would love to do. He directs. He edits. Well, I edit. I edit. It's okay. He scores his own films. Robert Rodriguez is a ridiculously talented guitar player. Like, I don't know how many times I have watched the video on YouTube of his performance with Shingon of Magdalena Sararosa.
Yes. Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Thank you for mentioning that song. I love that song.
Yeah, and his guitar work on that is ridiculously good. And it's a weird way he has his guitar on his lap without a strap, but seriously, there's also this great video of him just like jamming on an acoustic on the set of The Mandalorian on one of the episodes that he directed. And they had the little Grogu animatronic little bopping his head along to him while Robert Rodriguez is playing guitar. But this would be an absolutely fascinating conversation. I mean, this is also the guy who wrote Rebel Without a Crew, about his time making El Mariachi. Like, I would even go so far as to pick up the tab to have dinner with Robert Rodriguez. Just don't pick anything expensive. I don't make that much money.
McCrispy strips are now at McDonald's. I hope you're ready for the most dippable chicken in McDonald's history. Dip it in all the sauces. Dip it in that hot sauce in your bag. Dip it in your McFlurry. Your dip is your business. McCrispy strips at McDonald's.
Build professional skills this semester with Adobe Creative Cloud and create standout work both in and out of the classroom. Save big on professional creativity tools. Students get 65% off Adobe Creative Cloud, including Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, Acrobat Pro, and 20 plus creative apps. No matter what project you're working on, Adobe Creative Cloud apps can help you take it to the next level. Visit adobe.com/student to learn more.
My cat Freddie loves to be brushed and cuddled. But stirring up his cat allergens meant sneezing and itchy eyes. Then I found Purina One Live Clear. It's cat food that reduced the major allergen and my suffering in as little as 21 days. Now, we feel closer than ever. If you have issues with cat allergens, you really need to try Purina One Live Clear.
Try new Purina One Live Clear today. Purina One, a difference from day one.
My watch meal is probably one of the funniest people in entertainment today. The one and only writer, creator, actor, Tina Fey. Like, we are talking about the person who basically was like one of the head writers of Saturday Night Live, redefined how good the Update Desk could be. 30 Rock is one of the best sitcoms of all time. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt was actually a funny Netflix original. Wrote Mean Girls, turned it into a musical. And if you ever actually sat down and listened to her episode where she visited one Mr. David Tennant on his podcast, David Tennant Does a Podcast With, it's a fascinating listen. Here's someone who has really elevated comedic writing. And I'm not saying this is like, oh, for women. No, period. Doesn't matter what the genre, the creativity that she has created, the characters that she has created, and the properties that we have all enjoyed, that goes past, oh, she's good for a woman. No. Tina Fey is funny, period. She's creative, period. I would love to pick her brain. Okay, Carrie, over to you. Your watch dinner guest.
I'm seeing a theme here because my watch dinner guest is also quite funny. And that is why I chose to have dinner with, I'm sorry, Jay, you're sick. I'm going to leave you at home. But Jack Black and I are going to go for dinner. And he's probably going to break out in song. And I would be quite sad if he didn't, because I'm seeing a lot of press. He's doing a lot of press right now for Minecraft. Minecraft is hot. And, he's just so funny. Like, the connection that he has with Jason Momoa, like off screen, like all of the pressers, they're both in stitches. And he'll break out into a song randomly. And not only that, but I've seen so many interviews where he says just the most astute thing. Like, just, you would think it's obvious, but he says it's so profound that it's like, oh, like, he is a really intelligent gentleman. And I would really love to just sit and chat with him. And I'm sure that it would be a damn funny. Like, I would be so afraid the entire meal that I was going to choke. I would not take a sip of any beverage because I can guarantee I would probably like, it would be at that one pivotal moment where I would probably spray it across the restaurant.
And all into his beard. So make sure you're not, having a drink that has like don't be having a Caesar. You don't want to be spitting out pickles into his beard.
That would be awkward.
I just wonder if dinner is going to be a main course of lava chicken with a side with a dessert of peaches. But here's a guy who really has kind of spent his entire life in showbiz. I mean, he was in a Transformers commercial as a kid, doing one of those little look at the cameras, robot in disguise.
I've got to say though, his style is just so unique and fun. Like, there was a picture of him walking with, I guess, his son, and the caption was, "This photo looks like Jack Black's son is walking him to the first day of school." And he has this backpack and like completely mismatched shoes and socks and these like long cargo shorts and just like a really wild colored shirt. Like, and the big beard, of course, is like, it's kind of his calling card right now.
That's the interesting thing. Jack Black never really comes off as someone who like spends all the money on useless crap. He just seems like one of those guys who acting is a job. It's a fun job. He has fun doing it. Then, of course, he does the Tenacious D thing and then just goes home. And it's still Jack.
But I do love his musical talent as well.
So we'll take my keep dinner guest and your watch dinner guest, and we'll just have a jam session for dinner. Like, that'll be like the post-dinner entertainment.
That works.
I don't know if Tina Fey or Pedro Pascal play an instrument at all or sing. They are more than welcome to try. All right. So back over to you for your pass dinner guest.
Wow. You know what? I feel like I need a disclaimer here. So my past dinner guest is not at all like you described in the intro. It's no disrespect whatsoever to this incredibly talented actor, writer, director, freaking cinema god. But maybe we can call up Quentin Tarantino and invite him along with the dinner with Robert Rodriguez, because they're cool. They're friends.
Cool. Yeah.
They're pals. I love Quentin Tarantino. Mad respect. And it is because of that adoration that I have for QT that I could not actually get through a meal at a table at a restaurant with Quentin, because I wouldn't be able to eat.
This is your Michael Wilton moment.
I would fangirl to the point that I would be hanging off of every word and I would not know what to say. It would be a very, thank God he likes to talk.
It would be like an hour of you just going, Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah. You know what? Thank God that I get the impression that he could just talk about film, but I would be so out of my league. Like, I can talk movies with you, fine, but he is just such a walking wealth of knowledge of film history that I would be completely out of my league. I wouldn't know what to say. I would fangirl, and it would be a horrible yet wonderfully cool and out of this world experience.
I'm surprised. Now, I don't know. I haven't checked your Spotify play history. I'm surprised you haven't dived into his podcast, the Video Archives podcast that he does with Roger Avery.
I have listened to a few episodes. And again, case in point, like, he was talking about some really obscure, I believe it was like a Western genre or like cowboys kind of gunslinger. And don't get me wrong, I love Elmore Leonard novels, and that's very much the genre that he started with, was Westerns. But I was just like, I've not seen any of these movies. They sound fascinating. He can make you want to watch anything. Like, I would love to have him as a guest on the show defending like the absolute worst movie ever, because I'm sure he could do it.
Okay.
And he would make you want to watch it.
I'm just going to put this out there right now. This is never going to happen. This is never, ever, ever going to happen, but I'm going to put it out there anyways. Even though no one in the history of ever actually listens to this show, I'm going to put this out there anyways. Dear Quentin Tarantino, I would like to invite you onto this show to defend a movie of your choice. Now, you got to play by our rules here. It has to have a less than 60% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. That's the only criteria. Any movie that fits that criteria that you love, Mr. Tarantino, there is a virtual seat for you on this show. I will happily talk to you. Carrie will probably sit there on the other mic going, Tarantino. But not that this would ever actually reach his ears. Just know that we love films. We love going down roads we have not ever actually gone down before. So the seat is yours. The movie pick is yours. Although I would love, because we know he loves Elmore Leonard films.
Mm-hmm.
There's an Elmore Leonard film on the whiteboard that needs to be defended.
Kill Shot?
Kill Shot.
Yeah.
I would absolutely, in a heartbeat, defend Kill Shot. And it will happen one day. Maybe with Quentin Tarantino. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. These things don't happen. I'm going to put it out there anyways, but things don't happen. All right. For my past dinner guest, I'm not necessarily picking a person. I'm picking an entire clan. Anyone with the last name of Kardashian, I am passing on dinner with them. And I say this not really knowing much about them.
I'm glad, because I think Kim tries to sleep with everybody. No. Oh, did I just say that?
But here, I don't care. I don't know if they're this would be a group of people, any of them, it seems like, that I would have absolutely nothing in common to talk with them about. It would be like, so your meal is warm? Food's good? Yeah, okay, cool. Keep eating for 20 minutes. How's the drink? Oh, okay, cool. Keep eating for 20 minutes. Oh, something just came into my pager. I gotta go. I got a thing. This would feel to me like I was having dinner with actual fictional characters, because I don't know, because their entire brand is based on them being them. But I say them in quotation marks, because where does the reality start and the front-facing reality begin?
Yeah, but are you not curious to get to know them?
No.
Aside from when the cameras are rolling.
That's the other problem, too. No matter which Kardashian I had dinner with, there's going to be cameras there rolling, catching the most awkward, non-talking conversation ever.
I don't know, though. I mean, is it just the Kardashian family, or are you against meeting any sort of socialite? Because I would love to sit down and truly chat with Paris Hilton.
See?
And get to know her.
I think
for her.
During the Simple Life days, I think I would have put Paris Hilton in kind of the same boat. But as her career evolved, I've taken her out of that celebutante category, because she actually does things. And we've sung her praises on It's Not That Bad before, when we talked about Repo the Genetic Opera and how cool she was behind the scenes and kind of helping get that film made. Like, mad respect.
But think about the time, though. Like, early 2000s, when, the
Simple
Von Dutch
Life, yeah.
and Louis Vuitton were huge. I really think that she understood the assignment and she played her role perfectly. Her and Nicole Richie. Like, I don't think... I think a lot of it was an act. I don't think that was truly her.
And we've seen that as they've grown up. The thing is, the Kardashians have kind of been in the public spotlight for so long now, and nothing has changed. Nothing has seemingly changed with any of them. Like, do they have a cloning factory? I don't know. Is this Attack of the Clones? Could be. I don't know. And I don't wish to know. Like, that may sound cold and callous, but nothing that they have done has inspired me to want to ask them about their lives. Maybe it's just me, but I digress as I digest, because it's dinner. I'm going to eat before I get that 911 page. All right, Carrie, before we go, please remind our listeners who your keep, watch, and pass real person dinner guests are.
I am keeping dinner with Pedro Pascal. I am enjoying dinner and laughing and trying not to choke on my beverage or spit it across the room with Jack Black. And I am respectfully passing on a dinner where I would completely, like, I would be without words with Quentin Tarantino. I would be out of my league and loving every freaking minute of it.
I was about to say, yeah, you would still want to be there, but you just wouldn't know how to human.
Yeah. I would be so afraid that I would be like, I don't know, wearing my food or something. Like, I would definitely not order spaghetti because guaranteed that I'd have a meatball roll down my dress or something. Like,
it's not like it's our wedding.
That was a potato.
True story. Yeah. All right. My keep dinner guest is Robert Rodriguez. My watch dinner guest is Tina Fey. And I pass on anyone with the last name of Kardashian. Carrie, thank you so much for this. QT, the offer still stands. And dear listeners, well, you guys know the drill. If there's a topic that you want us to cover on Keep Watch Pass, or a movie that you want us to cover on It's Not That Bad, hit us up on social media at Not That Badcast, or go to our website at notthatbadcast.com. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe to the webpage so you get informed whenever we post a new update. Until next time, she's Carrie, I'm Jay. You guys are awesome. This is Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel, and a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Take care.